This is Megan Kaun. I am a wisdom teacher and healer in the Zhineng Qigong tradition. And I wanted to talk today about things on the darker side, curses, negative energies, and what I sometimes think of as combat or battle magic. I've talked about Huan Ling Tong, which is the essential mantra in Zhineng Qigong. And this mantra basically brings in the original creation energy of the universe. It merges it with our true self, our Mingshui love, and it blasts it out from our central core into the universe. I've also talked about the concept of Haola, which is all is well and getting better, and how that concept and those words can help to break curses, especially little curses. Like if someone says something like, you are not going to be able to do this, or you'll never, whatever, heal, or something, those are curses. And I wanted to go in a little bit deeper and show how powerful these concepts and these words can be in real life. And to illustrate this, I'd like to tell a story of a dream. And I do a lot of my spiritual exploration and healing and growth in dreams. Dreams are a really great place for us to explore our subconscious, explore what's going on behind the stage. When we track our dreams, we can see where our evolution is going, see where our blind spots are, and we can often discover new powers and possibilities in dreams. And this dream was one of those for me. Briefly, in the dream, I'm with an old friend, and it's late at night, and she's looking at me from outside into my window. And I see her and invite her in, and it's so good to see her. We have a warm reunion. And then she tells me that she's here visiting. She's moved far away. She's here visiting with her boyfriend, who is out at the clubs drinking and doing whatnot. And when it's time for her to go, I ask for her email address, and she says she doesn't have one, but maybe I could get her boyfriend's. And then we go meet her boyfriend, who is this quiet, unassuming, nice looking guy. And he and I are then alone together. And very quickly, a few things happen. I see that he is not as he seems, that he is not a nice guy. He sees that I see that and he bribes me. He says, I'll give you $5 if you keep quiet. He and I energetically both realize very quickly that that's not in my nature, that I have to speak the truth. And I very quickly do something that I do in real life, in all my Qigong healings and teachings. I connect my true self, my pure consciousness, Mingshui self, with his highest self. I attempt to connect with his highest self. And this is not something he wants. He blocks it. And he energetically sends a shockwave to me that it felt like I had cotton balls all over my face. Could barely talk, and my senses were completely blocked. So I had been energetically blocked by this boyfriend. And instantly, what I did was transmit through a little crack that was left in his block. There's always a crack, right? Water always finds a way. I transmitted the Huan Yuan Ling Tong mantra. Huan Yuan Ling Tong, as forcefully, energetically, and just loudly as I could. And I just rammed that mantra through this energetic crack, and he transformed and disappeared. And this is what we do in Zhineng Qigong. We merge together and we transform, and then things that need to be disappeared, blockages and whatnot, disappear. And so he did, he disappeared. And I left and went home, and that was the end of the dream. And I wanted to share this with you today because I think it's important. I think it's important to understand how to address situations where we come up against things that, again, might be labeled as bad. And I wanted to address this through the lens of the Zhineng Qigong cosmology because it's a little different than what runs through other spiritual circles. And in my opinion, it is the easiest and most direct way of framing and understanding these situations that can help us actually do something about it that doesn't get us more stuck or doesn't result in us becoming really afraid or fixated on these things that we might label bad energies, like the boyfriend. In Zhineng Qigong, the teaching is that there is just energy. It is not good or bad. Everything is made out of energy, and energy can be blocked, but it's just energy. There's no judging it as good or bad. So, in the instance of the boyfriend, it's not that he was bad, it's that his goodness was blocked. So, in our Western cosmology, we often see evil as a separate individual source, separate from us. The devil, right, is a concept of a separate evil that is disconnected from anything that's good. But that's not the way that the energy of the universe works. That doesn't fit with the science of energy. A more correct way of seeing a situation is that everything is created in essential goodness from the original energy of the universe, the original Huan Qi, primordial Qi, the original goodness and of creation. And that everything in creation has that within it, everything and everybody. And what we see and might label as evil or bad is actually the absence of that original energy of creation, that unconditional love, our original baby heart. There's many ways of saying it. So evil as the absence of love, as opposed to evil as a discrete and separate part that needs to be destroyed and removed. And this is an interesting way of seeing things because it definitely is counter to the way that most things in Western culture are set up. As an example, is cancer. So if there is a cancer in someone's body, normal Western medical treatment would say that cancer is bad, that cancer needs to be removed. And another way of looking at it would be, everything is energy, that cancer is energy. That is representing an energetic blockage, and that if that energetic blockage were removed, then the essential goodness would be restored and the cancer would naturally disappear. And again, this way of seeing things can be applied. I like to apply it towards, people who we might label as being evil, that it's not that they are evil, it's that they're disconnected from love, from their original unconditional love, their true selves. So if we look at how to approach situations of bad energy or evil or curses or however you want to say it, it's not that we would fight those things, right? We would just work to unblock the blockages and remove the distortion that's preventing those things or people from being connected to their original good. So, light doesn't fight dark, right? Light just needs to find a crack to flow in through. And that's exactly what happened in my dream, right? I didn't fight the bad person or bad energy or the blockage. I just allowed the light to shine through the crack. And again, there are always cracks. Water always finds a way. There is always just need the teeniest little crack. And that can stop the blockage, can start removing the blockage. So in short, I just would like to introduce these ideas to you and have you start thinking about addressing situations that feel like fighting something that's bad, as an invitation to reconnect with original goodness. Again, finding the cracks and possibilities in challenging situations where you can open them up with the truth of your original, who you are, your original unconditional love and goodness, and using creative forces as opposed to destructive forces to find pathways towards healing. I hope this was useful to you today. Thanks for talking about these things and being with me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.